I didn't confront her. I didn't scream, accuse, or demand explanations. I left quietly, believing that silence would hurt less than the truth. My name is Daniel. I'm 38 years old. And for most of my marriage, I believed loyalty was something you didn't have to question. My wife, Emily, and I had been together for 11 years, married for 7. From the outside we looked stable. No drama. No chaos. The kind of couple people pointed to and said, they'll last. Emily was warm, social, always surrounded by people. I was quieter, observant, the kind of man who listens more than he speaks. I trusted her, not because she demanded it, but because she never gave me a reason not to. Or at least that's what I thought. The truth didn't arrive dramatically. No lipstick on collars. No late-night confessions. It came through something small and forgettable. A notification that popped up on her tablet while she was in the shower. I wasn't snooping. I wasn't suspicious. I just glanced down, and that single glance changed everything. It wasn't graphic. It wasn't explicit. It was familiar. Too familiar. A message that assumed history. Inside jokes. Plans that had already happened. I didn't read everything. I didn't need to. You don't need to drink poison to know it's poison. I sat there for a long time, staring at the screen, feeling something strange settle inside me. Not anger. Not panic. Just clarity. The kind that doesn't shout. The kind that goes quiet. That night, Emily came to bed like nothing was wrong. She kissed my shoulder. Asked about my day. Fell asleep easily. I lay awake next to her, listening to her breathe, realizing the woman beside me wasn't who I thought she was anymore. Over the next few days, I noticed everything. The subtle distance. The guarded phone. The way she smiled at messages she didn't want me to see. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I knew then that if I confronted her, she'd cry. She'd explain. She'd minimize. She'd promise. And I also knew that if I stayed, something in me would slowly disappear. So I made a decision. A quiet one. I didn't tell her I knew. I didn't argue. I didn't expose her. I got my affairs in order. I found a small apartment. I moved money carefully. And one morning, while she was at work, I packed what mattered and left a note on the kitchen counter. It didn't say much. Just that I knew. That I needed space. That I wasn't interested in explanations. Then I walked away from my life. She called. Dozens of times. Left messages swinging between confusion, anger, and panic. I didn't answer. Not because I wanted revenge, but because I knew that hearing her voice would pull me back into a version of myself I was trying to leave behind. The divorce was clean. Quiet. She didn't fight it. Maybe guilt made her cooperative. Maybe she thought I'd eventually come back. I didn't ask. I didn't care. A year passed. I rebuilt slowly. New routines. New city. New peace. I learned what it felt like to wake up without suspicion living in the back of my mind. I wasn't dating seriously. I wasn't chasing happiness. I was just stable. Whole again. Then one evening there was a knock at my door. I knew it was her before I opened it. Emily stood there looking smaller somehow. Older. Not physically but emotionally. The confidence she used to wear so easily was gone. Her eyes were cautious. Hopeful in a way that felt desperate. I didn't know where else to go, she said. We sat across from each other like strangers. She told me everything I hadn't asked for a year earlier. How the affair hadn't meant anything. How she'd been lonely. How losing me had been the worst mistake of her life. She cried. She apologized. She said she'd do anything to earn my forgiveness. I listened. Calmly. Fully. When she finished, she waited. The way people do when they believe remorse should unlock a door. I forgive you, I said. Her face softened instantly. Relief flooding in, like she thought this was the moment everything would reset. But forgiveness doesn't mean return, I continued. It doesn't mean access. And it doesn't mean we pretend the past didn't happen. She stared at me, confused. Hurt. I left quietly because I respected myself, I said. And that's something I can't unlearn. She asked if there was any chance. Any future. Any version of us. I shook my head. Not out of anger. Not out of pride. But out of honesty. She left a few minutes later. No shouting. No drama. Just the sound of the door closing behind her. I stood there for a while after she was gone, feeling nothing but certainty. Some people think strength looks like confrontation. Like noise. Like revenge. But sometimes, real strength is knowing when to walk away and never needing to explain why you didn't come back.